Some of my followers have sent me notes overnight, not a lot, but a few, telling me that a very well-known and controversial black male YouTube personality has had his live stream channel taken down. And the question was posed to me, Alan, do you think black male YouTube personalities are under attack? Under attack? No, I don't. Now, this particular black male YouTube personality, he's known for being outspoken against the fuckery of black women. And a lot of people feel like he got taken down for that reason, because they feel like his content is a notifications. Sorry about that. A lot of people feel like his content is representative of hate speech. Now, I know there is a well-known white male personality, I think, who came under attack. I want to say his name is Crowder or something. But here's the deal, man. If this black male YouTube personality was to have his stuff taken down because of hate speech or his harsh criticism against black women, he would have had his channel taken down a long time ago. He would have had his channel taken down a long time ago. That ain't what's going on. See, y'all need to listen to Alan Roger Currie. I broke this down a few videos ago. I think last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. The number one thing YouTube is under attack right now is not so much for hate speech issues. I would rank that at highest number 2. The number one issue that YouTube is under attack from a lot of people is something I've been complaining about. And that's copyright-related issues and plagiarism. Copyright-related issues and plagiarism, man. If you remember, I talked about that in the video, man. There's a lot of European countries and other international countries that want to ban YouTube because they feel like copyright infringement and plagiarism is too rampant on YouTube. They feel like it's way too rampant and that YouTube is too lenient and doesn't do enough to police it and penalize it. So yeah, man, there's a lot of countries that they want YouTube banned just for that reason alone. Again, compared to copyright issues, the hate speech issue, that's more of a secondary issue. I would say at highest, that's maybe their second most significant issue they're dealing with. But their number one issue that YouTube is dealing with right now, that some people want the YouTube CEO, I can't remember her name again, Cheryl something. They want her fired because of copyright. And going back to this black male YouTube personality, I've checked out some of his live streams from time to time over the last few weeks. Here's a major problem I noticed on his live streams, man. It's real simple that you just can't do on YouTube. He plays a lot of copyrighted music during his live streams. He plays a lot of copyrighted music during his live streams, and then he asks people to send him money through Cash App or PayPal or whatever else. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. I don't know if he was aware of that, but you can't do that. That's illegal. You can't, I've been stressed. Y'all know I've been on a warpath about stuff to do with my intellectual property. You cannot make money off of other people's copyrighted material, man. You can't do that. You cannot do that, dude. In some cases, you could go to prison for that. I'm not even exaggerating. You can go to prison. I give you a perfect example where you can go to prison. Have you ever watched the DVD movie and at the beginning, there's this message talking about the FBI warns against video piracy? Let's say you got a DVD copy of Infinity War. You got a DVD copy of Infinity War. And let's say you live in an apartment complex, they got a clubhouse, like a lot of apartment complexes do that. A lot of them have townhouse places have clubhouse. So let's say you decide, you say, man, I'm going to show Infinity War at the clubhouse and I'm going to charge $5 for people from the complex to come into the clubhouse and watch this movie. You know, I show the movie since it's not playing at theaters anymore, and, you know, I'll make a little cash on the side. Guess what? You just put yourself in a position to go to prison. I ain't even joking. You just put yourself in a position to go to prison, man. You can't make money off of somebody else's copyrighted and trademarked movie. You can't do that. If you get exposed for doing that, man, you will go to prison. You not just will get sued. You will go to prison. You will go to prison for that. That's video piracy. You can't do that. You cannot get on a live stream, do a YouTube live stream, and play copyrighted music. That's illegal. That's not only against YouTube rules, that's illegal because if you're doing a live stream and you're playing copyrighted music, that's bad enough. That's bad enough. But then on top of it, you're asking for money on a live stream. You're asking people to donate money to you, send you money. And you're playing copyrighted music? Come on, man. You asking to have your channel taken away if you do some stupid shit like that. You asking to have your channel taken away. Like, you notice me. Since I changed from my old format to my new format, what have you noticed I don't really do anymore? I don't really use copyrighted music in my videos. Now, I will say this. For me, I don't do public live streams. I do Patreon. I only do live streams on my Patreon channel. It's a little more acceptable on a pre-recorded video because here's what happens on a pre-recorded video. Let's say I use some copyrighted music to introduce my video on a pre-recorded video. YouTube has a sophisticated filter that will filter that music. And within a minute or two, it will identify if I'm using copyrighted music. And what it will simply say to me is, you cannot monetize this money. You cannot monetize this video. You cannot monetize this video because you are using copyrighted music. Now, I don't really use Google AdSense anyway. I've said before, I don't really make no money directly off of YouTube. I don't make any money directly off of YouTube. I make money at best indirectly off of YouTube. For example, indirectly would be somebody comes and checks out 2 or 3 of my YouTube videos, and then they become interested in becoming a Patreon subscriber of mine. So in that scenario, you could say I make money indirectly off of YouTube. Or somebody checks out 3 or 4 of my videos and decides to buy 1 or more of my audiobooks. That would be an example of me making money indirectly off of YouTube. But directly, I don't make any money off of YouTube. I don't make any money off of YouTube directly. I only make money off of YouTube indirectly. But yeah, with a pre-recorded video, you can get away with using copyrighted music or copyrighted video clips from movies because YouTube will determine before they allow that video to be seen by the public. They'll determine if you're using copyrighted material. And if so, it'll just simply send you a note saying, you can't monetize this. You can't monetize this video. We're going to let you play the video, but you can't monetize it. But see, it's different with a live stream. If you're doing a live stream, man, I'm going to use myself as an example. Let's say somebody was to go and do a live stream. And during this live stream, they start talking about my book, The Beta Male Revolution. And somebody was to say, hey, I'm going to play chapter 12, the entire chapter 12 from Alan Roger Currie's audiobook, The Beta Male Revolution. And so they start playing chapter 12. And while they're doing that, they're asking for you to donate to them, send money to them through Cash App or PayPal. What that person would be essentially doing is they would be making money off of my copyrighted material. They would be making money off of my copyrighted material. That's illegal. That person could go to prison for that. Let alone have their channel taken down. You can go to prison for that. You can't make money off of other people's copyrighted material. So yeah, if somebody was to do that, I would have not only have that particular live stream taken down, I would have their channel taken down, and I would, if I really wanted to be an asshole, I would take them to court and sue the fuck out of them. I would take them to court and sue them. And that's how movie studios feel. That's how record companies feel. So bottom line, man, if people want to know my thoughts on this particular black male YouTube person that having this live stream, I don't think it had any, I don't know for 100% fact. Maybe it did. Maybe he did say something in that live stream. I didn't hear the live stream that was, caused him to get taken down. So maybe he did say something that was, typically the only time you're going to be in danger of hate speech on YouTube is if you're saying stuff that represents you want to see people murdered or physically harmed or discriminated against. That's when you're officially guilty of hate speech, is when you say something where you want a group of people, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, white people, women, children. You want people to, at maximum, be murdered. You want to see people be physically harmed, or at minimum, you want to see people be blatantly discriminated against. That's hate speech. That's hate speech. As you know, I don't say anything on my channel, on my videos, that would be representative of wanting to see anybody murdered, anybody harmed, or anybody discriminated against. That's never been my MO. So that's the number one time you're going to be in danger of hate speech. But again, YouTube's bigger issue is the copyright issue, man. Like there are countries that are livid at YouTube because they feel like there is a rampant there are rampant infractions of copyright infringement and or plagiarism. Of copyright infringement and or plagiarism. Again, just like me, for people thinking it's just me being irritated, I'm telling you, man, big business, like movie studios, major record companies, they don't want to see people making money off of their copyrighted material, man. They don't want to see people making money off of their copyrighted material, man. That pisses people off, just like it pisses me off individually. If you think it pisses me off individually, multiply that times 50 or 100 when it comes to a major movie studio or a major record company or something similar, media organization. People do not like to see people making money off of their copyrighted and trademark material. They don't. So the simple lesson that this black male YouTube person, I'm not going to say his name, but I think most people probably know who I'm talking about. While he got both his live stream removed and even more so his entire channel removed, is, again, I've heard some of his live streams, not all of them, but some of them. And I've heard him play copyrighted music during his live stream, man. And when I heard him doing that, I was kind of shaking my head like, oh, he shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, man, that's a bad stuff. If you're a YouTube content creator, take my advice, man. Don't play any copyrighted material during a live stream. You asking at minimum for that particular live stream to be shut down and taken off. And at maximum, you asking for your whole channel to be taken down if you do that. Yeah, you asking for your channel to be taken down. So, here's what I want to talk about in my Patreon exclusive portion. And it won't be too long, but I want to ask you simply, are you living your best life right now? Are you living the best version of your life right now? Or, unfortunately, are you living the worst version of your life right now? What do you plan on changing? You know, there's a saying that insanity when you do the same thing over and over and over again, and you don't make any changes, any modifications, any adjustments in your behavior, but you expected different results or new and better results. That's the very definition of insanity. So I got to ask you, are you insane? Are you insane? Do you keep doing the same thing over and over and again, but yet expecting a new and different result? I want you to take inventory of your life and identify what you like about your life. I want you to write down on paper or in a journal. You know, I always like for my clients to have a journal. I've been saying that for the last 10 years. I always like for my clients to keep a journal. Some people call it a diary. When I hear diary, I think of women. Men journal, women diary. I used to keep a journal. Yeah, a lot of my longtime followers know this. First time I started keeping a journal was when I was a freshman in college. And probably 3/4 of my journal had to do with dealing with women. Yeah, you could say that was kind of what led to me writing my books. It's because, yeah, when I was a freshman in college, I didn't do it every year. After that, there were some years I did miss. But, yeah, I remember particularly my freshman in college, man, I used to write a journal where I would highlight a lot of my interactions with women. And one of the benefits I saw from that journal was that I began to see patterns. I began to see patterns in my own behavior, and I began to see patterns in women's behavior. Like I began to notice that when I exhibited ABC behavior, I got this result. When I exhibited XYZ behavior, I got this response or this reaction or this result. So I began to see patterns, man. So, yeah, that's my first recommendation. If you're not already doing it, I think you should maintain a journal. You should maintain a journal. Like, it's helpful for me when it comes to, like, Skype and telephone consultations, because you're able to refer back. I was just telling a client this yesterday. You're able to go back in your journal and say, hey, Alan, a week ago, I met this woman named Brenda at a party. And I said this, and then she said that. And then I said this, and then she said that. And then she said something that left a big question mark on my head. You know, I didn't know how to proceed from there. What are your thoughts? And then I'll be able to give you my thoughts based on your detailed interaction with Brenda at that party. And see, so if you make notes in your journal, this is what I suggest. Every time you have an interaction with a woman, come back home, write as many notes as you can related to that interaction. And then when you do a Skype or telephone consultation with me, refer to that journal. And then, like, one brother, I hope you don't mind me calling him out by his first name. There's one brother named Rick. Brother Rick, I call him. Brother Rick. Rick is real good at giving me a lot of details about his interactions with women. He gives me a lot. Matter of fact, sometimes I would even say he gives me too many details, but I'd rather him give me too many than not enough. But Rick, he gives me a lot of details from his recent interactions with women. And it allows me to give him a lot of good, solid feedback on those interactions. So again, that's number one, is maintain a journal. But I want you, along with maintaining a journal, to write down what aspects of your life are you satisfied with. Like, for example, are you satisfied with your eating habits and exercise habits? Are you satisfied with them? If not, make a note of that. Are you satisfied with your level of career success? If not, you know, you need to write down, what do you think you need to do different? Do you need to go back to school and earn another degree? Do you need to change industries? Do you need to move? Geographically, are you satisfied with where you live? Matter of fact, I'm dealing with that actually right now. If I'll be honest, I'm leaning towards moving back to Los Angeles, man. I'm actually leaning towards moving back to Los Angeles. So that's one dilemma I'm actually dealing with myself, is a geographical dilemma. I'm tired of the Midwest. Now, as you know, my brother lives here. That's the part of me that doesn't want to go. But man, yeah, LA is calling my name, man. I want to go back to Los Angeles. Because that's, number one, that's where most of my clients are. But I'll say at least one-on-one, face-to-face coaching session clients. I don't know about email clients or Skype and telephone clients. They're all over the place. But when it comes specifically to one-on-one, face-to-face coaching session clients, yeah, that's where the largest percentage of my clients are. Is in Los Angeles. So yeah, I'm leaning towards going back there. But yeah, ask yourself, are you satisfied with where you live? Do you think you need to make a geographical change? It could be even out of the country. You might not only need to move to a different city, different state or region, but you might need to move to a different country. Matter of fact, at my older age, I would love to settle down somewhere like Italy or something. Yeah. Somewhere in Europe. I don't know if I want to stay in the United States like to the day I die. Yeah, when I get into like my mid-60s or later, I would like to live in some small, quiet town near a beach in a city in Europe. Just a thought. Money. Are you financially responsible? Are you satisfied with how you manage your money? Or is your financial management just totally out of whack? Write that down in your journal. You like the car you drive? Think about buying a new car? What kind of car are you thinking about buying? Write that down in your journal. Do you watch too much TV? You feel like you watch TV too much or stay on the internet too much? Write that down in your journal. I want all of you to live the best version of yourself that you possibly can in every aspect, not just solely and specifically in respect to dealing with women, but in all aspects. You know, plan your day, plan your week, plan your month, plan your year. I used to use this thing called daytimers. Daytimers to do that. It's real good resources, daytimers. So, yeah, your goal for the rest of 2019 is to live your best version of yourself. Live your best version, not your worst version. You want to get far away from your worst version. Live your best version. If you don't have a journal, get a journal. Start writing. Have a great weekend. I'm out.